I went back and I looked at the patent to see if I could learn anything more about this knife and about the pivot. And you can see right here, hopefully, that there is this bushing. And I don't know if you can see, but even in the drawing, it's flared out on each side. And that's what we're seeing right here. So I took my file and just kind of brightened it up a little bit so that you can see it. And so in order to get this out, I'm going to have to cut or grind down past that. And I've got a couple of ideas. We'll get to those when I'm ready to do that. But I wanted to point out something else. And so let's see if I can get this where you can see it in there. Try to get it up close. If you look at this pin, if you look right down in the middle there, you can see it looks like it's crimped. It looks like they took a sharp object and probably inserted it and then hit it with a hammer, because this pin will not, that's why I couldn't drive it out. It will not move past that. It'll shift a little bit back and forth, but I think I'm going to have to end up going in behind or between the liners and the back piece with a razor and cut that pin. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do, because I can't push it out from either way. I don't even think drilling it out would help. Now what I could do is, since I'm trying to preserve one side, so this is my side that I'm working on and this is the side I'm going to try to preserve. I mean, I guess I could just grind the whole thing away until this liner came off, and that may be what I have to do with these pins right here. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get those pins out. I'm probably going to figure that out off camera, and when I get one of them out, then I'll come back and show you how I'm going to do another one. I'm just going to leave these components in for right now. There's no reason really to take them out, but I'm going to leave them in for right now. One other thing I was going to show is this is the bone after I glued it back together. And so it glued back together pretty nice, but you can see right here, hopefully, where the hole is. And the hole is kind of comes across to where it was scooped out here, and so I think that's what made that a little bit weaker right there as well. So let me see what I'm going to have to do to get one of these pins out, and then we'll pick back up. Let me catch you up with where I am with this. So I went ahead and took the components off the other side, and the reason was because they were getting in my way when I was trying to work on the hole or work on the pin and trying to get one of those pins out. When I took the pin out, let's see, this was the first side that I did first. When I took the pin out of this side, it was really, really tight, and I think because those, like I said, those are rolled over. And I think they were crimped down on the pin, which is a great idea to keep the pin in there, but it makes it difficult when you're trying to get it out. So I wasn't able to push these pins out. Let's see how close I can get in here, if you can see this one. I don't know if you can see that that's down in there. I wasn't able to get it out. Even with it, even after I ground the top off and drilled it out, when I was trying to hammer it out, it was creating a little bit of separation here, so it was starting to bend my liner, which I don't want it to do. So what I'm thinking I can do is, I think that if I can get all of them down past the liner on this side, as well as these bushings past the liner, then I'll just be able to lift the liner off, and then I'll be able to access the pins better to drive them out through this other side without damaging the other side. So that's where I am right now. I don't know if you can tell in there, but so that's the center pin for the spring, but it's been drilled and pushed down a little bit, but you can still see in there that where it's crimped, I don't think it's showing up, it's not going to go any further than it is right there. But that's my hope, to take these out and then just be able to lift this off. And so we'll move over to I'll move the camera and I'll show you how I'm going about trying to get these down below the surface. So the first thing that I'm doing is I have a 3/64 inch 4-fluted carbide ball end mill in here, and I'm just going to get right on that, trying to get right on that pin and just kind of make a little indentation right in the center. Now it's going to want to walk on you, But once you get it going, you know, you can kind of keep it in the center. And so now I'm going to move over to my little micro drill. I have a little Microlux variable speed miniature drill press here. These things are great, and they're very good precision drill presses for little bitty objects. And so we're just going to drill out this pin. We're not going to drill it all the way out. I'm just going to drill it out, you know, just past the liner, because I don't really want to mess up that back piece. All right, now with that drilled out past the liner, I'm going to go back over to the 3/64th inch end mill in the Fordham, and I'm just going to open it up a little bit. And I'll do the same for the other two pins. I've got the 4 pins prepped, and I think I've got the holes deep enough that if I can get these bushings out, then I'll be able to lift the scale off. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So the first thing I'm going to try is I'm going to try using a 4-fluted carbide ball end mill. I think this one is 1/8 inch. And so I use these. I have a lot of these that I use for different things around the shop. They're good for doing stuff like this. But my thought is that maybe I can grind off this top lip and then be able to push it out. And so I'm going to run this at about 425. I have no idea if that's a good speed or not. And we're just going to come down in here and try to get it. Now I've got a glove on because just in case this thing grabs. It shouldn't with these 4 flutes, but just in case it does, there's not really a good way to fixture this, in particular when I get ready to do the other side, there's not going to be. But so let's see if this works. Oh, that is some soft, super soft stuff. Look at that. I don't even know what that is. Maybe nickel silver. All right. Let me find my little thing here. Let's see what we're dealing with. I definitely think I've got it past there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 1/8 inch tapered pin, not tapered, but sharpened pin. And I'm going to see if I can punch that out. Now, one thing you may notice is that like I ground into my hole, made my hole too big right there, but that's okay because this is the sacrificial side, and the other side is the side that we're going to try to preserve. Let me just go ahead and flip this around, and let's just see if we can do this one while we're at it. Now this one's got that, it's not going to set as straight, but we'll see if we can do this one. Yeah, make sure I'm on the right side. I don't know what that stuff is. I don't know if it's a nickel silver tube, but that stuff is super soft. All right. I can even see some separation. Check this out. All right. Let's go back to the bench and see what we got. This is the 1/8 inch old drill bit I was talking about. It's a little bit too big for that. So I'm going to use a 3/32, and hopefully this will just tap out. We'll see. Try to get in a position where I won't be in the way too bad, but I don't really know how I can do that. All right, it's not really wanting to go. Ah, it's been in the liner. Sheesh Louise. Bent the whole thing. So let me show you what happened. So you can tell that it's gone down some, but on this side it's not coming out. And what it ended up doing was bending the liner, which is unfortunate. So new plan. The new plan is not to drive the pin out, but to get a razor blade under here and create separation and hopefully pop this side off, since all these pinholes are below the surface. So let's see if that'll work. It's working. There we go. Awesome. That worked. Let me get this stuff out of the way and we'll look at these parts. All right, so here are the parts. So the handle popped off like we were hoping. And so we can take that blade off. Take that blade off. This pin's still not going to come out yet. Oh, the spring came off. It was loose. That pin's not going to come out until it's ground down a little bit more. And I'm probably going to have to cut these pins or do something else to get this back piece off. But and then you can see right here, we still got those bushings in, so I got to figure out how to get those out. We're going to try to get the rest of these parts off. And something that I did off camera was after we had taken the razor and separated this top liner, so the pins were still in there, but they were kind of, they still had a little bit of heads on them. And so I just went over to my flat sandpaper and basically just sanded the heads of the pin, not the heads of the pins, but the top of the pins down. And so let's see if we can get this in here and separate. Okay, so that's wanting to bend. So that one's not coming off. Let's see if we can go in from this side. Okay, that one is. Okay. All right, it looks like that this pin on the end is still a little bit tight. So I may go run a drill through it, through actually these two here. Just see if that'll loosen it up a little bit, and then I'll be back. All right, I've drilled it out pretty good, but for some reason it's not turning loose. It's still a little tight. So I'm going to try to punch it out. I need to put something under there to kind of compensate for that. So don't know if I can do this and keep my hands out of the way, but I got a little bitty, like a 1/32 inch broke off drill. I apologize for getting my hands away. Just see if I can tap this through. All right, it's still not moving, so I'm gonna go work on a little bit more. Well, I finally got it off. I had to practically drill that pin, I mean pretty much all the way out through this spring. But I got that off, and so I don't know how easy these things are going to come back out. And also notice these pieces right here, they are not coming out. I mean, they're not moving at all. So I was hammering on one a little bit earlier and bent that. So those are not moving. I'm wondering if those have been press fitted in or something. But I'm just going to have to work on these other pins and try to get this stuff out. And then I'll come back and tell you how I did it. Well, I've got my pins and everything out of the knife. I had to do it pretty much like I did from the front side. I had to do the back side as well, using my carbide end mill to drill these out and push them out. Everything was just so tight in there, and even these little pins, I had to take my smaller carbide end mill and grind them down, then drill them out, and then finally got them all out. So really the only thing left in here is this piece that's there to hold the spring, and I'm just going to leave that in. I don't have to get that out, but You can see on this that there's a pin. So this was pinned in. I think we talked about that earlier. But also, if you look right there, there's a pin right there. There's a pin there that I'm leaving in. And so these are the bolsters. So I guess these little bitty bolsters were pinned into place. There may be some kind of glue or solder or something in there as well, but they definitely got a pin. And I don't need those out because really what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan this part, but I can scan it from the bottom. I can't scan it from the top anyway because of these little foldovers right here that was for the pin. But I think I can get everything I need from just scanning the bottom. So let's look at all these parts that came out of it. So of course these are our liners. And we have our spring. We have one of our blades. And so you notice in this blade, you might not can see it because it's pretty dark, but there's the cutout that runs across, just like we saw it wasn't in this pattern, it was the other one that showed a little bit better, but you can see, maybe you can see right there, the cutoff, or the cutout on the blade. Now, this is the back piece that we just got out. Now remember our patent talk, so this is the one that matched, that was scooped out here, and slanted down on the end. So this was one of the first ones that we looked at. So it had this, where this particular knife has more of a straight one, but this one has the scooped out like we saw in that other patent. And so then there's the pen blade. So I scooped out right there, same way. Just dump some of this stuff out. So there's our handle. And our two springs, button return springs. Our two safeties. Right there. Our two buttons and levers. And I guess I threw those pins in there. Those were pins out of something. I don't know. I'm not going to put them back. But these are our little rocker pins, which I'm not going to use. I'm just going to keep in there. I'm going to throw those other ones away. And there are all the parts of the knife. Well, there's actually another liner and the broken scale, but outside of that, that's all the parts of the knife. I've not really decided where I'm going to go from here. I had not thought past disassembling the knife. I do have some general ideas. I mean, I know I want to take some of the parts and design them up in CAD and do some pantograph templates, particularly for the liner and where the holes are in the liner, and probably for the button return spring as well as the safeties. With the safeties, I would probably straighten them out and then, make one flat piece. Now, in addition to making the flat piece, we've got to make these pieces and got to make the actual buttons on the levers. So I've got a good bit of things to think through, but I think that's all for right now. So we'll pick up later when I get ready to start making some parts.